Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Moose Opinion Project, also known as the MOP, here on a Tuesday morning. Sun is going to come out. It's going to be a beautiful day here in southwest Wisconsin. Yes, the temperatures are cooling off. Farmers are wrapping up field. It's been, or full bore, however you want to look at it. But they are driving by the shop every day, semi-load after semi-load, headed here in Boscobel out to the storage facility where they're shipping it out via rail. So, who has the right? Who has the right to do what's going on in this world today? Who has the right to not have to follow rules or boundaries or anything else like that? From what I can see, the leader of this country has validated that he doesn't give a shit who's got the right, after tearing a big hole in the White House for his supposed... Now, if you believe that the U.S. citizens here are not going to pay for this $240 million ballroom, I've got some oceanfront property in Arizona for you to buy, too. Private donors, see, here's where it's interesting. It's going to be connected to the White House, right? It's going to be part of it. So how does that work with private donors? If they come up and say, oh, I donated millions to this whole adventure, are they owners of it or what? If you have rental properties, do you allow your renters to tear out walls, rebuild things, or whatever it may be? And who's paying out of... So I guarantee we're going to pay for it. And then Kristi Noem, we ordered 2 private... See, I thought we were under this waste, fraud, and abuse thing. We were going to get rid of all that spending. Seems like 2 private jets for 1 lady. Seems like that doesn't make sense. But what the hell do I know? I'm going to be told before that I don't know shit anyway. Because, Chris, you're just not happy with what's going on with it because you're a libtard or whatever. No, I'm trying to figure out common sense. I've ran businesses. I've ran things where I've had to look at budgets. I don't see any of this in our budget as we're preparing to cut so many other things out of the system. See, yet the right wing is sitting here saying, oh, God, this is the greatest thing ever. I'm trying to figure out where it became the greatest thing ever and how. Feel free. Tell me. Tell me that I'm off my rocker, I don't know anything about business, or I don't know anything about what's going on. I don't have an issue if it was laid out in paper and everything else to say, hey, here's what's going on. But I guarantee you this is going to cost us in the long run. And we are getting ready to take away food things for SNAP for kids. We're taking away education for kids. We're trying to do all that. Why is that? Why is it? And why is it that our president says only dumb people like me? He said that out of his own mouth. The smart ones are understanding. But I see the gaping hole in the White House now, and I'm trying to figure out, pretty sure that was a national treasure owned by all of us. Pretty sure the White House is owned by the U.S. taxpayer. And yet, we're just going to rip into it and build a privately funded ballroom. We're also bought 2 jets for Kristi Noem. I don't understand. I'm not trying to make this political. I'm trying to figure out how to make it make sense, where taxpayer money, because we're so dedicated to waste, fraud, and abuse, we fired, terminated, got rid of thousands and thousands of employees, but yet we continue. And I think the government shutdown proves that he's not going to listen to anybody. Speaker Johnson's not going to listen to anybody because he's listening to that guy. There's a lady still waiting to be confirmed to do her job. And we're not doing that. There are still people suffering every day financially here in this country, and we're not doing our job. See, I don't believe that it should just be the Republicans able to say, well, because they have the power, now we're just going to sit out here and blame everybody else but us for this government shutdown. If it is a government shutdown, everyone is involved and everyone is to blame. And the president doesn't want to talk about it because he doesn't want to know what's going on with that and why he doesn't want to take credit for where credit is due. Because even way back, he said if a government shutdown, it comes down on a weak president. Out of his own words and his own mouth. See, if your business shuts down, and you shut your business down, as an owner or manager, and I'll say manager, if you're a president, you're the manager, you're not an owner. As a president of that company, it's up to you on when your company is shut down, and it's up to you to make those answers and clarify why things either didn't work out or why things are going ass backwards. See, I went to bed yesterday at 6:30 because with the damage I have from my stroke, I was extremely exhausted. Mentally shot. I went to bed at 6:30. My wife said, well, I got up around 2 o'clock, I think, and I'm like, oh, great, this is great. But I was so exhausted, and I have no choice over that. I can't just let things go. And if you really didn't have damage to your brain, I don't think you understand how much exhaustion your mind gets into during a week. See, I never had this problem before because you just push through it and you just go, gosh, I'm stressed or I'm worked out. And then your body and your head says, you know what? You don't want to take the time off. You don't want to take a break. There's your break. So July 23rd, 2017, my body said, here you go. Here's your break, buddy. Congratulations. Now I just get flat out exhausted mentally. I don't want to talk to people. I don't want to be around people. And it's people I love. And then you hear about all of these other things, such as farmers that I meet with every morning. And not every one of them voted for this. But yet they're playing the gamble. They're playing the gauntlet of where to get rid of their beans, when to get rid of their beans, where are they going to go, what's going to happen. Now we're going to buy beef supposedly from Argentina, who we just bailed out with a few $1 million to bring prices down here. But I thought we were for the American farmer. So why are we buying beef from Argentina? Oh, to compensate for the beans that are being bought by China from Argentina. Do you see the winner in that math? Or is it just me? Argentina seems to be doing okay on this whole scenario. And I'm pretty smart, I think, when I come to common sense and running business. I've done it pretty well. But there seems to be people so locked into their personal beliefs of how this is going that they are overlooking just the natural consequences of what is going on. That somebody is allowed to bring in a backhoe, knock down the east wing to put up a $240 million ballroom that says it's privately funded by him and his private. Doesn't it seem a little odd? Would you have a problem with this, if it was the Richland courthouse or whatever it may be, that all of a sudden we're going to tear down something and not take it to vote or anything else. We're just going to tear it down. We can't even open the government. Our government is not open. And yet we have a Yahoo tearing down a wall, blowing a hole in it to make his ballroom. But yet he doesn't want to take the time to bring everybody to the table. Everybody needs to come to the table and talk about this. I don't care if they like it or not. Oh, we probably, I'm guessing, are not also bringing the lady to the table. We're not endorsing her to get her to do her job because, oh, yeah, there's that problem. Mr. Epstein appears its head again. But Chris, Mr. Epstein's lists and all that, that's just a farce. There's no big deal. Tell that to the victims. Tell that to the ladies that have had to go through what they did. Well, I'm just going to hear this too. I'll hear that, well, they put themselves in that danger. Really? When they were promised probably things that were never going to happen except to bring vulnerable people. And think about it. If you're struggle, whatever, they know who they're picking and doing to do this. It seems that England figured it out because he's kind of taken away his responsibilities now, saying, you know what? Yeah, you probably should take away all my royalties and things because I might have been associated with that. But yet, we have a president right now that won't even admit that he knew the guy or he was involved with him for so long. He's like, I cut ties with that loser when he tried to steal from me. Or whatever he did. I think at some point, if you had employees that lied to you and did the verbiage that you're hearing, most likely you would fire those employees. As an owner, I'm guessing if you had employees that were involved in shady business, doing all of this stuff, because your name's on the line, you would fire or terminate those employees. That I'm guessing to be true. So, that's where I'm going to end it with that today. I'm just baffled how we lost a whole wing of the White House that we all own. That we're going to be covered in probably fake gold and cheap-ass trinkets, from what I know, and probably have a bookstore and a few things in it, too, to sell Bibles and watches and whatever else that we want to sell in the gift shop when all the fancy friends come up. It's very frustrating to see money go the way it does. And, yep, the rich get richer for a reason. I'm trying to figure out at what level do you have to become the rich gets richer. And where you can start flubbing tax numbers and start messing with those things to become more wealthy. Instead of busting your ass every day, going to work every day, where you can just start screwing the system and make a lot more money. Because that seems to me his wealth went way up since he took presidency too. And yes, I know, he's not collecting a salary. I get that. You don't really have to when you go up in billions of dollars worth of worth. Just my thought. That's where I'm at today. On a good note, that's where we're going to go next. Second annual, Marcy Strikes Out Alzheimer's. My mom would be she's probably rolling in her grave now. However, Marcy's second annual Alzheimer's Strikeout Baker Shootout is coming fast and in a hurry. I have one team left to get me 2 bowler names, and we are full. The team will be there, they said. I'm just trying to line this all up because literally we are 3 weeks from having a huge event. I have 61 or 62 sponsors that have given gift cards prizes, silent auction items. Please make it November 8th to the Phoenix Center. Starting at 11, bowling starts at 11. Check-in starts at 10:30 or 10:15. 10:15 probably. I'll start practice at 10:45, and the tournament is going to kick off at 11. In honor of my mom, we will be doing the national anthem to start the tournament. I went to the state tournament this year. I think it's an added touch that needs to happen during these times. Going to have food special. Going to have probably brandy old-fashioned specials or some form of brandy special, I'm guessing, in honor of Mom like we did last year. But I have a ton. And I just learned I have another bowling ball coming. So that'll be 8 bowling balls to give away for 48 people that are bowling. I got all the raffle tickets in the mail. We are going to do it with just these raffle books instead of doing the big long reels. Each book you buy has 26 tickets on it. So, I think for the raffle prizes, it's going to be, you buy 3 books for $20. So you're getting, 78 tickets, somewhere around that line. The spam calls are in high demand already this morning. They must know I'm awake, or they're just trying to make me quiet. Anyway, that won't work well if you know me. But I've got roto caps. I've got 2 of those for $1,000 packages. I've got fishing trips. I've got hunting trips. I've got Brett Favre autographed signed helmet. That's right. I got one of those. Thanks to Morris Heating and Cooling. I got a Reggie White coin. Thank you to Morris Heating and Cooling. I've got a smoked prime rib. Or it might be brisket. It's a brisket from TKO. Smoked brisket. And I heard last year it was phenomenal from TKO. I've got 12 lane sponsors that are all going to be paid for. It's just phenomenal. I'll have shirts there for sale. If you want a shirt, make sure you message me and I will put your name on the list. $25 a piece. I've got a few of them. I'll say that 40, I think, might have 40 shirts, and XL was the huge size the big seller last year, so I'm loaded up more on those than I am anything else. I think I got a XXX left, but didn't do well on the big sizes like me, so I didn't order very many. But last place team will get the normal prize supplied by Jeremy Strube of a brandy old-fashioned basket. But we've got paintings, house decor, a whole bunch of stuff. Just show up. My goal is to raise $10,000. And like I said, the Brett Favre autographed helmet is very, very cool. Morris Heating and Cooling, Mike Morris, thank you. Being the #1 donor 2 years back to back. I truly appreciate it. Heartfelt. I've just had all the bowling ball manufacturers have agreed to send me a bowling ball in my basement right now. I wish it was mine so I could just have 7 or 8 bowling balls to drill out yet this year. EJ Tackett signed autographed jersey. I got Verity Crawley's autographed jersey. Stephanie Johnson autographed jersey. A PBA bowling pin signed by Kyle Troop, EJ Tackett, and a few others. That'll be there. It's just going to be a hell of a good time. So I'm looking forward to it for November 8th. Very nervous, of course, how it'll all go. But 1,000 to win for the team to win. And, yeah, it's going to be cool. Can't wait. Got a lot of people. I need help if you know of anybody that wants to volunteer that day to just make things go smoother. That would be great. I did have volunteers come out already, and part of my family will be there as a part of that, and I'm hoping my mom's best friend all through life will be able to make it again this year, Betty, and we'll be able to talk about the good days of when her and Mom raised me right when I was little. So that's where we're going to go with it. So that's what I'm going to end with today on a good note. Thank you for tuning into the MOP appreciate everybody that tunes in every day. I'm not planning on going viral, nor do I need to. It's just my mental dump of things that are bugging the shit out of me. So thank you to the people that have sent me cash and things like that. I'm making a run to the bank today to make a deposit there as well. We'll get that all done and taken care of. Have a great day and enjoy your day. Get out and enjoy the sunshine if it's just for a minute. And as always, take time to bless somebody today. You never know what tomorrow will bring, because we're not guaranteed time here. So take time to bless somebody today. Have a great day. I'll be back tomorrow morning with another edition of The Mop.